Hello. Still not dead, oddly enough. Just working a lot. Let me angle that down a bit so you can see me a bit better. Um, so a little bit of preface for this video. In a lot of social situations, I like to kind of consider myself the movie guy, you know? Obviously, I'm not going to film school. I'm planning on it though. That's kind of a big announcement. Is I'm planning on going to film school soon. I'm gonna start saving up money right now. I'm gonna start getting grants. My fucking grandfather has a bank account stored away somewhere with a bunch of fucking college money for me. So I got to find that. But uh, right. I consider myself kind of a movie guy, because I have a lot more knowledge about movies and people in movies than a lot of other people that I talk to do. I work at Home Depot, not a lot of huge film buffs on that one. Then when I do talk to the people that are actually film buffs, I get fucking blown out of the water. It's kind of embarrassing. It's mostly because they're at least like 35. It's because they're a lot older than me. They've been through a lot more time with movies than I have. But that comes to a grinding halt anytime I talk about any fucking Quentin Tarantino movies. Because I've seen almost no Quentin Tarantino movies. I have seen The Kill Bills, which you might as well count as one movie, because it was filmed as one movie. And I need to rewatch those, because I've seen them, but it's been goddamn ages. I remember really liking them. And I've seen The Hateful Eight, which I actually have copy of now. I did not have a copy of this previously. I watched it on Netflix one day just because I had started Red Dead Redemption 2. And I was like, I've heard this is a lot like The Hateful Eight, and playing this makes me want to watch The Hateful Eight. So I'm going to watch The Hateful Eight. And I fucking love this movie. This is a good ass movie. This is probably still my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. Aside from a movie that I watched quite recently, Django Unchained. So I told a friend of mine that I had never seen Django Unchained. And he was like, "What the fuck do you mean you've never seen Django Unchained?" And every time I tell somebody that I've never seen Django Unchained, I have to be like, "Yeah, man, I know I'm a guy that likes movies a lot, but I've never seen Django Unchained. It's just kind of not in my peripheral of movies that I want to watch." Uh, because the store manager at my store is a huge Tarantino guy, huge Tarantino Scorsese guy. So I'm like totally out of my depth whenever I talk to him because I just have no idea any of the shit that he's seen because I haven't seen it. He likes like Wolf of Wall Street and Reservoir Dogs and shit like that, Like I've just never seen any of those movies. Um, but now I've seen this, and the day after I watched it, I went to a different person at my place of work in the same department, and I told him I watched Django for the first time, and he turned and looked at me like this, and he fucking was like, "You've never seen Django?" He hears me talking about movies all the time. He's like, "You're the movie guy, and you've never seen Django?" I was like, I know, man. Listen, I get it. I get how weird it is that I've never seen Django, but I've never seen Django. That being said, this movie is so fucking good. This movie is fucking incredible, man. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe I've never seen this movie. I can't believe that I heard some weird shit about Quentin Tarantino and I immediately dismissed all of his movies. This guy, misogyny be damned, that boy can make a movie. What the fuck? So I'm getting excited. I'm just really passionate about this movie. It's a really good movie. I've never seen that. I had never seen this until 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago. Uh, I I I saw this and The Hateful Eight on sale on Amazon, and for same day shipping. I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll pay $2 extra for same day shipping. So I paid for same day shipping and got what? What would you believe? I watched Django the same night. Now, when I sat down to watch Django, I did not realize that this fucking thing is 3 hours long. This movie is 3 hours long. It feels like it's 3 hours long, but not in a bad way. Movie has a lot of ground to cover, and oh, it's so good. Um, for anyone who doesn't know, if you're like me somehow, or if you're even lower than me somehow, and you don't even know what Django's about, I at least know what Django's about before I saw it. It's about really, it's the start of the story is not about Django. The start of the story is about Christoph Waltz's character, who is a bounty hunter who frees Django from slavery for the sake of hunting down a couple of bounty targets that only he is able to recognize. And oh, excellent. Lego Marvel Superheroes is done downloading. I'll be playing that after I'm done filming this. Um, but he frees him, and then they go looking for Django's wife after they finish taking down the Brittle Brothers. That's what they're called. Um, but yeah, it fuck. This movie is so good. This movie is so goddamn good. It So I thought my whole life I've thought this movie is a lot older than it actually is. Up until a couple years ago, I did not know that this movie was only like it's like it came out what 2012, I think. 2012 sounds right. I thought this movie was so much older than that. Um, and I think that might be due to how it looks because this movie looks kind of old because it's shot on 35 millimeter film because it's a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie and he insists on all of his movies costing 80 bazillion dollars to make because he wants to shoot on actual 35 millimeter negatives. And the way that this movie is shot is something that I actually wanted to fucking talk about because there's a really defining moment in this movie that like floored me. And I don't even really know why. It's not that impressive really, but just the way that it hits and in the moment that it hits really hits hard. It's in the memory sequence where he's recalling his wife being whipped. And it's this like huge musical flourish and it zooms in on Django's face and it's shot in like selective negative. So like the backgrounds around Django are all this crazy looking like teal blue color, but he's normal looking. Oh my fucking god, it looks so good. It looks so good. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's one of those things that you just have to see. And Christoph Waltz is really good in this movie too. I had never seen Christoph Waltz in anything before. He's super good in this movie. Leonardo DiCaprio is really good in this movie. Leonardo DiCaprio is really good in this movie. Everybody knows the trivia thing about him breaking the glass on his hand, and it's like actually him breaking the glass, and that wasn't in the script, and he actually cuts his hand open. Like when he's checking his hand, he's actually checking his hand because he actually fucking cut his hand open. Um, what I did not know, however, is that there is a scene immediately after that where he smears his bloody goddamn hand all over Kerry Washington's face. Oh my god, if I'm doing that scene with Leonardo DiCaprio and he smears his real ass blood all over my real ass face, I'm losing my goddamn mind. Um, Jamie Foxx is fucking so good in this. Jamie Foxx and Sam Jackson. I realized I talked about the white actors in this movie first. My bad. My bad. Um, I didn't know that Jamie Foxx was moving like that, man. I really didn't. The only thing I've ever seen Jamie Foxx in is fucking The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man No Way Home. And he's good in one of those movies, but it's nothing like what he's doing here. He's moving in this fucking movie. He is so goddamn charming and cool in this fucking movie. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I just didn't know that he had the chops like that. I really didn't. I had heard like the praise for him my entire life, and I was like, all right, well, I've never really seen anything with that guy, so I can't really say anything about that. But it's all true. It's all true. He's incredible in this goddamn movie. And Sam Jackson too. I almost didn't recognize him as Sam Jackson because he's a bit heavier, I think he's got to be wearing like a fat suit or something because he's bigger in this movie than he usually is, and he's got like bigger cheeks, and he's completely bald and he's got the curls right here. Um, but like he's great. Kerry Washington is really good. There are two problems I have with this movie, and one of them is with Kerry Washington's character. She doesn't do anything. She does nothing the entire movie. Literally, the first scene where she meets Django, what does she do? She passes out and she's not in the rest of the scene. And then for the next scene, she's held captive by Calvin Candy. And then in the final scene, Django tells her to go out to the horse and then she waits on the horse. She doesn't do goddamn thing in this entire movie, which is super strange for a Tarantino movie because he's typically got really strong female characters. I mean, even for the movies I've seen, both of the Kill Bills, even the Hateful Eight, the one female character in this movie is pretty cool. Um, but the second thing is with some of the action sequences. Because some shit in these action sequences just doesn't make any goddamn sense unless I just like was looking at it wrong. Like there's one scene, it's in uh the big shootout in the main house where there's like 50 fucking guys that Django's taken down. So he's being shot at from the main door and the balcony up above. I don't know if he's being shot at from the balcony up above yet, but he's being shot at from the main door and he is standing like this, facing away from the main door, and there's just a guy standing facing this way towards the main door. Why is that guy facing that way? What the fuck? Hello? And then I don't care because Django fucking murders him and it's awesome. But like that split second where he's facing towards the other guys that are shooting at him is like, what are we doing, man? What is this? But I don't know, super small thing. There's another moment like that I remember thinking about, but I haven't been able to conjure it into thought again, so it must not have been that bad. Um, this movie is exceptionally violent. It's a Tarantino movie, fucking obviously, but like there are fountains of blood in this movie, like almost Monty Python and the Holy Grail levels of blood fountains in this fucking movie. Like it's comical, but it's so fun. It's so much fun, Jan. Like there's the scene where he shoots the lady in the face from up the stairs, and she gets thrown back like she's getting fucking ushered off stage by the prop cane. It looks so ridiculous, but I love it so much because like it's not taking itself seriously in that moment. He's like quipping to Cora and everything, and he's like, and then he just fucking shoots her in the face and she flies away. It's so fun, and I don't care. And like at the end of that action sequence, all of the walls in the house are fucking soaked in blood. It's very fun. And that's kind of the thing is that this is a brutally violent movie, but it takes its subject matter sensitively. It's not an insensitive movie. The closest thing I might say to insensitive to the subject matter is when Walton Goggins almost cuts Jamie Foxx's balls off. If you want to see Jamie Foxx's balls, this is the movie for you because you do see Jamie Foxx's balls in this movie. Um, but yeah, also Walton Goggins is in this movie, which is crazy. I did not know that Walton Goggins was in this movie until very recently. Walton Goggins is also in The Hateful Eight. I fucking love Walton Goggins. He's great in this movie. Very small character, and for most of his screen time, he's laying on the floor dying. But also, a word of warning. Aside from the gore, if you don't like hearing white people say the N word, don't watch either of these movies because it happens probably 100 times in each. That being said, in Django specifically, I do respect Quentin Tarantino for not writing himself into a role where he says the N word 100 times. I know that took restraint. Because he is in this movie very briefly, and he gets blown up, but he does not say the N word, which is a little shocking. And he's got this crazy Australian accent, and for the first couple seconds he was on screen, I was like, "Is that fucking Quentin Tarantino?" He's got an Australian accent, but I'm pretty sure that's Quentin Tarantino because Tarantino's a really specific looking guy. He's not he doesn't look like most people. I won't say anything beyond that, but he's a pretty specific looking guy. Um, but yeah, man, I fuck. I love this goddamn movie. I will talk about The Hateful Eight at some point because this is also a really good movie. But yeah, and I mean it's another good pro murder movie. I love a good pro murder movie. I like watching slave owners die. Like I like watching people who own slaves and the people who would protect the institutions that cause slavery dying. That's good. I like seeing that in movies. I think we should have more of that in film. I think we should have more slave owners die in movies. Um, it's a five for me. This movie, like this is literally if any single thing about this movie were different, it would not be as good. If Jamie Foxx were not the main role, if Christoph Waltz were not the supporting role, if Leonardo DiCaprio were not the main antagonist, if Sam Jackson were not a supporting antagonist, if the negative shots were not used in the fucking memory sequences, like if they didn't say the N word as much as they did, I'll say it, right? I'll defend the use of the N word in this movie. I get I'm a white guy and I can't really make that call, but I mean, I think it's telling that you see the same practice used in movies by black directors. Like say Black Klansman, in Black Klansman, Adam Driver says the N-word a handful of times in that movie. And apparently he really didn't want to, but Spike Jonze was like, "Yep, you got to say the N-word. Please allow me. It's okay." But of course, Quentin Tarantino doesn't really get to do that because he's not a black guy. So and the story that I heard on the set from my friend from work who has seen these movies, uh, he told me the story that apparently Leonardo DiCaprio did not want to say the N word at all, which is crazy when you look at the final film and how many fucking times he says that word. He says that word so many times in this movie. I would say it's probably him more than anybody else. Um, Aside from like Sam Jackson, probably. But he apparently did not want to say it. And then Sam Jackson and Jamie Foxx were like, you gotta say it, man. You gotta say it." I don't know how true that is, but I believe it. Because I do believe that this movie would not be as good if people didn't say the N-word as much. And I know that sounds crazy. I know that that promoting usage of a slur is insane, but it's like if Schindler's List wasn't as violent as it is. If Schindler's List was not as fucking cruel of a watch as it is, it wouldn't get across what it's going for as well. You know? Like, it wouldn't be an accurate portrayal of what was going on. And I think if they didn't use the N word as much, it would come off as like, I think from a white director, it almost comes off as like trying to pacify and understate the cruelty of what was going on at the time. That being slavery. I'm not gonna. I say that like it's like I don't want to talk about it. It's slavery. Slavery's bad, obviously, despite what Tucker Carlson and Charlie Kirk might have you believe. But yeah, good ass movie. It's a five. Um, I don't remember what I see. This movie is so good. This movie's so good that my letterboxd review about it wasn't funny. The last time that happened was The Brutalist. I liked The Brutalist a lot. I have a physical copy of The Brutalist now, and I bought the goddamn shirt. There's a world where I don't watch The Brutalist where I'm about $100 richer right now, which is Unfortunate, because I'm filming this on the morning that the Switch 2 got announced. I'm probably going to buy that shit. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you did enjoy. And I will see you in probably the Hateful Eight video. That's probably what I'll do next, whenever I get around to making it. Thanks for sticking around. Bye bye.